Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into the second B-21 Raider stealth bomber, a pivotal milestone in the U.S. Air Force's next-generation bomber program that's accelerating testing and paving the way for America's future air dominance with its cutting-edge low-observable design and multi-role capabilities. If you're a military aviation enthusiast, a defense tech buff, or just fascinated by how stealthy heavy hitters like the Raider are evolving to penetrate the toughest defenses in contested skies, you're in for an incredible ride, because this second pre-production aircraft isn't just another prototype. It's the key to expanding flight envelopes, validating mission systems, and proving the Raider's readiness to replace the B-1 Lancer and B-2 Spirit while complementing the B-52 Stratofortress in the nuclear triad. Unveiled in flight on September 11, 2025, just 12 days ago from its rollout at Air Force Plant 42 in Palmdale, California, this Raider marks a significant step forward, joining the first aircraft in active testing at Edwards Air Force Base to ramp up data collection on everything from aerodynamics to weapon integration. Developed by Northrop Grumman under the Long Range Strike Bomber Program, also known as LRS-B, which is the U.S. Air Force's initiative for a sixth-generation stealth bomber capable of delivering conventional and nuclear payloads, the second B-21 embodies the Raider's promise of survivable, flexible strikes anywhere on Earth. We'll break down its game-changing capabilities in full detail, give you a comprehensive technical rundown based on the freshest test insights, explore its strategic role in high-threat environments, and cover the latest factual news straight from Air Force announcements and expert analyses as of September 23, 2025. Including its maiden-flight details and how it's supercharging the test campaign. So grab a snack, get comfy, and let's soar into everything you need to know about the second B-21 Raider. The second B-21 Raider's capabilities are what make it a cornerstone of the program's rapid maturation, engineered as a dual-capable penetrating strike platform that builds on the first aircraft's envelope expansion by enabling simultaneous testing of critical systems like avionics, sensors, and stealth features, all while validating the Raider's ability to deliver precision munitions in denied airspace against evolving threats from adversaries like China and Russia. As the second of 6 pre-production test articles, it excels in accelerating the flight test campaign by flying alongside the first Raider, allowing engineers to compare data on flight performance, structural loads, and low observable coatings in real time, which shortens the path to operational readiness by gathering twice the information per sortie. Think validating the aircraft's 360-degree stealth signature from all aspects or its open architecture software for seamless integration of future weapons, like the Long-Range Standoff Missile, also known as LRS-O, which is a nuclear-armed cruise missile for standoff delivery. This Raider's modular design supports rapid reconfiguration for diverse missions, from high-altitude nuclear deterrence to low-level conventional strikes, with its flying wing configuration minimizing radar cross-section to evade integrated air defenses while carrying up to 30,000 pounds of payload in a single internal bay for bombs like the GBU-57 Massive Ordnance Penetrator or hypersonic weapons. The aircraft's Pratt & Whitney engines, likely PW9000 series variants delivering over 11,400 kilograms of thrust each, provide a top speed around Mach 0.85 and a range exceeding 6,000 nautical miles without refueling, extendable via aerial tankers for global reach, making it a force multiplier that can penetrate deep into enemy territory for time-sensitive targets. In operational terms, the second Raider can simulate combat profiles like formation flying with F-35 escorts or autonomous sensor fusion for battle space awareness, all while its digital twin, a virtual replica used for ground simulations, helps predict and mitigate issues before they arise, ensuring the fleet's reliability in high-stakes scenarios where a single bomber must evade S-400 batteries or HQ-9 systems. Let's break down the technical specs and how the second B-21 operates in practice, because Northrop Grumman's engineering here is a masterclass in sixth-generation stealth, refining the Raider's refined flying wing shape with smoother coatings and embedded engines to achieve a radar cross-section smaller than a bird's, all validated through this aircraft's flights that focus on expanding the envelope beyond the first Raider's initial checks. Physically, the second Raider mirrors the first with an estimated wingspan of 132 feet and a length of about 132 feet. weighing around 180,000 pounds empty for a maximum takeoff weight of 240,000 pounds, featuring deeply recessed serpentine inlets to shield the engine faces from radar, and a narrow two-dimensional exhaust for reduced infrared signatures. Unlike the first aircraft, which sported a flight test probe and trailing cone for air data calibration, the second flies cleaner without these, indicating a shift toward mission systems testing like electro-optical targeting pods and multi-sensor fusion that integrates radar, infrared, and electronic warfare inputs into a cohesive battlespace picture via the Open Mission Systems Architecture, also known as OMSA, which is a modular software framework for quick upgrades without hardware changes. Propulsion comes from two Pratt & Whitney PW9000 or modified F135 engines, each providing classified thrust but enabling a service ceiling above 50,000 feet, and super cruise capability for fuel-efficient dashes, with the airframe's lightweight composites and advanced materials cutting weight by 30% over the B-2 for better range, over 6,000 nautical miles unrefueled. Operationally, the second Raider's flow builds on the first's. It taxis from Plant 42, takes off with gear down for initial stability checks, as seen in its September 11th maiden flight escorted by an F-16 chase plane, climbs to test altitudes for flutter and loads analysis, then maneuvers through basic profiles like turns and climbs, all while gathering data on its low observable surfaces and conformal fuel tanks that blend seamlessly into the wing for extended loiter without drag penalties. This aircraft's cleaner config allows focus on subsystems like the digital backbone for future hypersonic integrations, with flights lasting several hours en route to Edwards for envelope expansion, where it joins the first Raider for dual aircraft tests, like formation flying to validate teaming with collaborative combat aircraft drones. The second B-21 Raider's strategic role is accelerating the program's path to initial operational capability by 2029, serving as a testbed for the fleet's backbone status in the bomber force, where at least 100 aircraft will provide penetrating strike mass unlike the B-2's limited numbers, changing how stealth bombers operate through distributed networks and standoff weapons in peer conflicts. In high-threat ops, it could lead raids into defended airspace, fusing data from off-board sensors for precision nuclear or conventional drops, while its cost under $700 million per copy in 2022 dollars enables scalable production to counter China's H-20 bomber or Russia's PAC-DA. Fun fact, the second Raider's flight without probes signals a move from basic aero validation to systems like the Advanced Battle Management System integration for joint all-domain command and control. Another cool tidbit, its conformal inlets, visible in chase plane footage from the maiden flight, are among the Raider's most exotic stealth features, using diverterless supersonic inlets to hide fan faces from radar. The latest news as of September 23, 2025, has the second B-21 Raider dominating headlines after its maiden flight on September 11th, when it took off from Air Force Plant 42 in Palmdale, California, for several hours of testing en route to Edwards Air Force Base, escorted by an F-16 chase plane and flying with landing gear down for initial stability checks, as confirmed by the U.S. Air Force and Northrop Grumman. This marks the first time two Raiders are flying, expanding the test campaign to include mission systems and weapon integration, with Air Force Secretary Frank Kendall stating on September 12th that it gained substantial momentum toward operational readiness, and Lieutenant General Richard Moore noting on September 11th that it's a significant step for the sixth-generation bomber. Developed in Melbourne, Florida, at Northrop Grumman's expanding campus, the Raider's second airframe, lacking the flight test probe and trailing cone of the first, focuses on advanced testing, with the program on track for low-rate initial production of 21 aircraft across 5 lots by fiscal 2026. Congress is pushing back on retirements of legacy bombers to fund more Raiders, with a Senate bill in July 2025 requiring retention of B-1 Lancers until Raider numbers grow, amid a 2026 budget proposing $80 billion for bombers. No delays reported, but the second flight's clean config hints at upcoming dual aircraft tests for formation and sensor fusion, with the Air Force hopeful for more sorties weekly. The second B-21 Raider is supercharging America's stealth bomber future, proving the program's maturity with flights that blend innovation and reliability for global strikes. So, what do you all think about the second Raider? Are you hyped for dual test flights, impressed by its clean config? or curious about its role versus the B-2? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Share it with your friends who love aviation tech. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel for more deep dives into the bombers shaping our skies. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.